Okay, so with a Dremel tool, I'm starting off with this very, very rough metal diamond tip. You want to keep your wax on it, and you want to keep your stone moist. Okay, so we're going to do an outside shaping. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on this. You want to allow this to work and do the job for you. You want to get the beginning of your turn, get a good flat solid edge, because remember, even as thin as this is, you're going to try to give it a little rounded edge. Okay, so what you're doing here is you're getting a basic contour on the outside. There you go, let's soften this tail up. Now this is acting like your first wheel on a king cab. This is a really rough wheel. You'll get stone vibration. But that little chunk you just saw fly off is a good thing. You don't want the weakness. Okay. So now we've got a basic shape for this stone, and we're following the color on it, so if this stone turns out to be a weird shape, that's just what we'll work with. Okay, now we're going to give it a soft upper edge. Yes, it's not going to be a full dome, but it will be an oval stone. And as you can tell, this poor piece has seen some use. Because before I got that Cab King, this is exactly what I started out with. Okay, now we're going to swap out. Remember I mentioned this big wheel right here. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to swap all the way over. Okay, now we're on the Dremel. As you can see, Dremel tool. This is the 2-speed. It's got a low high, but what I've done is I've connected it to a foot pedal. And same principle applies. Keep this wet. I am restricted here a little bit. Usually you want to use a sponge. Now this is an 80 grit. Now you see this motion, both my fingers are twisting the stone and my hand is actually moving around. So you're working it both ways, and you really do want to wear a mask. As you can see, I am. Now, for those of you who would like to use both hands to control your stone, you can set up a vise, and I have one, but I don't use it. I like the feel of what I'm doing. Now, as you can see, this takes a longer time to do than if you were working on a cab king. So just expect to spend a little bit more time. But look what we're going to have here. That stone's going to be nice. Now, I'm not going to round the back out too much more. I'm going to round out these corners right here. And then we'll work this stone down into the pots right here. Now remember, you can use some force. You want to let the wheel make its own turns. And you see how the sides here that I'm working, I'm bringing this side and rolling it up into this potch area. See, that way you're only going to lose as much as it takes to clear that potch. And you see how I'm giving it a cross section of work. I'm not going all one way with it. Okay, so it's getting there. Now you can, well, let me show you what you can do. If you get into a hurry, and I'm not, but I do want to show you all the tools and techniques in one shot because these upload times are ridiculous. This is actually a cut saw trim. Here we go. So this will speed it up, but man, I'll tell you, if you slip just once, it's going to be harsh. You got to use a real light hand. Because this moves as much as your first steel wheel. And you always want to work this one from the side. See how much that stuff moves? It moves a lot, and if you're So it can be useful. And it does do the job. I'm just real hesitant to recommend this particular one until you've had a couple of shots at the practice opals. And you see, I don't have this thing at real high speed either. Okay. So we've almost got a working face. Now we'll go back to the 800 wheel, or the 80 wheel, I'm sorry. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one short. I just want you to see how far we've come, and I will pick up on this stone again in video, but I need to get this one started to upload because it'll take 9 hours. But that's what we're working with.